I hit 1,000 subscribers. There's a couple of spicy ones. I would love to do the sewing bee again. Who is better, Patrick or Esme? Esme, why do you sew gay? Beep. Maybe we argue less. I don't know. Hi everyone, I'm back with another video this week. This one's a bonus because I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which for me is super exciting. So thank you very much if you have subscribed. It does mean a lot. And to celebrate, I said I'd do a Q&A. I did a Q&A video for YouTube, I think right after the bee. So this feels a little bit full circle. I had a few questions on YouTube and lots on Instagram, so I've given them all to Jesus. He's kindly put them down for me into different categories so that they kind of group together. And he has warned me that there's a couple of spicy ones that I'm going to answer anyway. So you'll get my reaction to the questions and my raw, honest, potentially unfiltered answer. So stick around for those spicy questions and hopefully some nice ones as well. So the first group is all sewing, I believe. And the first question is, how the hell do you use a rolled hem foot on a chiffon seam that's 15 feet long? Grr. Firstly, well done for sewing a 15-foot long chiffon sleeve, or at least attempting to. I'm not a massive fan of rolled hem foots. If I use them, I'll go for the biggest one in my collection. I've got a couple of them over there. But I just find them so tricky to start off. They're quite fiddly. I know there's a load of videos out there on how to use them and they make them look so easy. But I do it kind of an old school way that I got taught years ago when I was helping someone alter a wedding dress. And that's to have a wider hem at the bottom, and it works for chiffon as well. And you fold it up once and you'll do kind of a stay stitch all the way round. And then you can trim that seam right down to where you've stitched and fold it over again, and then do your top stitching around the edge. So you have a rolled hem, but you've kind of got more control over it as well. So that's the way I do it. The next one, what's the best project for somebody to try to make as a beginner? I always say bags, and that's why the first piece in my collection, the painters collection, was a bag, because I think bags can just be so simple to make. They involve, most of them, a lot of straight lines, and I think it can help you build that confidence on a machine. And at the end of it, you've got something that you can actually use that you've kind of created yourself. So I always think that payoff inspires a lot of people to do more sewing. And I get that a lot when people come to the Make a Bag workshop. They've never touched a sewing machine in their life. They create this wonderful bag. It might not be perfect. And then they send me loads of pictures of them using it. And they want to come back for more sewing classes. So I'd say start with a bag. I think that's a good option. Would you do the sewing bee again? I'm praying for an all-stars. All-stars being a bit like All-Stars Drag Race, where they bring back past contestants. And they have had a winners one as well. I would love to do the sewing bee again. I think it was such a fun experience. And if they did do something like an All-Stars or a winners season, I feel like it might be a little bit different in terms of format as well, which could be quite fun. But I'd also love to watch an All-Star season. I think there's so many amazing contestants from across the different series that they could put together a really interesting cast and maybe do a couple of them as well. So I'm going to be praying along with you, because I think that would be really good. Who is better, Patrick or Esme? Esme is incredible. I love her to pieces. We chat a lot. You saw me nip down to London to go for coffee, and I just love her stories. I could literally listen to her all day. But at the same time, Patrick on the show was, it sounds really strange, but a bit like a rock to me. Like, he kept me really grounded, giving me like really constructive feedback that I think I've heard some people on, like people watching the show said it was really harsh, but actually in the moment, and obviously all of the footage that you might not see in the conversations, it really helped ground me. So I can't pick. Don't make me pick. I'm not going to pick. Why do you so gay? Beep. So I think this is one of the spicy questions. And it might just deserve an eye roll, but I do so a lot of queer coded stuff, gay things. I'm a drag performer. I work with drag performers. I love drag. I'm also married to a man. Like, it's just naturally a part of who I am. So you're going to see that stuff in terms of what I make and the things that I share with people. So if you don't like it, you don't have to stick around and see it. What fabric do you always reach for, and which have you running? I love heavier fabric at the minute, so like denim, cotton twills, cotton drills, canvas. I really like working with heavier fabric, and I think that's because I used a lot in testing the painter's pattern. The painter's patterns in the collection, I made tons of them in those types of fabrics. So that's what I'm in love with at the minute. In terms of what has me running, the fabric with the kind of glittery iridescent fake sequins on. Now, back in the day, I made a lot of drag costumes out of them. A lot of drag performers want me to use that for fabric because it can look really good on stage, but the fabric's so thin it tears. The kind of sequin glittery bits are put on with glue and it clogs up your machine, and I hate it. So I would run away from that terrible fabric. I do think it has a time and a place, but not in my studio. So the next section is my studio. How's the studio going? Is it hard running your own business? The studio is going really well. I have had lots and lots of like sellout classes, requests for private classes, and private group classes. It's been so fun meeting people, not even just teaching them, but being in a room with other people that want to create. Like, honestly, it's been amazing. And I've got so many ideas of different workshops that I would like to run, for beginners, for more advanced sewers. But I really want it to be kind of like a creative space for people to come. Manchester's so creative, and there is spaces to go and do crafts and sewing. I guess I just wanted to have kind of my own space as well to invite people over. So it's going well, but it is hard. Like, sometimes I won't have sellout classes. I have had classes that have only had, say, 1 or 2 people come to them. And it's tricky to kind of manage that. Like, I think you can look at a lot of people with small businesses and expect it to kind of be lots of success stories. Like, a lot of people will just put kind of the shiny stuff online. And I hope that, I'll be able to share with people, honestly, how it's going. But at the minute, it's going great. Like, I love the studio. I love the people around in the studio. We've got a florist, a set designer, a barber next door, a jewelry maker, a cocktail designer. Like, it just is such a creative space. So I love it. Do you work? What do you do? Or is sewing now your work? I do work. I still have my daytime corporate job that I do part-time, so 4 days a week, and I love that job as well. Like, I'm at that point where I will have to decide if it's sewing or if it's my corporate job as well, but I've been privileged and fortunate enough to kind of do both. So in that job, I work with organizations on employee engagement, communications, diversity inclusion strategies, and it's great because I'm working with different clients every single day, and that really suits me. I like being agency side and not internal, and we've got so many creative people in the agency that we get to work with as well. So for now, yes, I do both. Are you doing more workshops? I want to come and visit but need to find the time. Yeah, a lot of people on Instagram have messaged me saying like they'd love to come, but Manchester's far away. I would like to be able to do some kind of virtual space as well for people to come. I haven't got September, October workshops on my website yet, so I'm going to be working on that soon. And then obviously it's going to be Christmas, Halloween first, so I might do some like spooky Halloween costume craft sessions, and then obviously we'll go hard at Christmas as well. So do check out the website, because that's where I'll probably upload them first, and then I'll share them across my socials as well. So if you do want to book, or if you're looking for a trip to Manchester, you can come and sew with me. The last section we've got is life. So I presume these are just random questions. We've only had one spicy question so far. Although Esme and Patrick making me choose, that was quite spicy. Best gig you have ever been to? This is a hard one because I've been to so many. Kylie was amazing. I think it was the Showgirl tour I went to when I was a teenager. Beyonce, I've seen Beyonce twice. She was amazing. But actually, Charlie XCX that Jesus and I went to last year was amazing. We got to go to Glasgow because it was sold out in Manchester, which was great because we got to spend some time with Elsa. But oh my god, Charlie was amazing. Like, there was barely any set design or props. It was just the big lime green with Brat in the middle, and it was all kind of focused on just her as a performer, and I thought that concept was amazing. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. You go to a lot of kind of big shows like that and they have huge set designs, backup dancers and everything. That was just, we were locked in. That was amazing. What's your vision for where you'd like to be in 3 to 4 years? I mean, sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to have for dinner the next day. I barely ever sew kind of with a plan in mind. So 3 to 4 years feels like a long time. But I'd love to be still doing what I'm doing now. Maybe leveling it up. I'd love to, I don't know, have a book, do more kind of fun, different forms of content. I really enjoy creating content and sharing it with people, whether people like it or not. Definitely doing some more workshops, traveling as well, like the US, Australia, Japan. So many people who have kind of watched the show that you just wouldn't expect have reached out, so I'd love to do some more traveling. And yeah, that sounds like a stupid answer, but just more of the stuff I'm doing now. And the last question, how is it being married? Love the photos and the suit. Thank you. The photos are incredible, and I'm glad everyone loved the suit. Being married is like honestly not much different from when Jesus and I weren't married, but we just had such a magical day, and there's still moments now, even though it's like a couple of months after, even though it feels like years, where we sit down and just look at pictures and talk about it and just remember that day. And then obviously the honeymoon was amazing, but it doesn't necessarily feel like anything's different. I can't think of anything. I mean, maybe we argue less. I don't know. But yeah, being married is amazing. And not just because I'm married, but being married to Jesus as well. Like, I wish everyone could experience that. And that's really cheesy. And I'm glad that's the last question to end on. So that was the Q&A. And I hope you enjoyed a bonus video. And a massive thanks again to those that have subscribed and support kind of the content that I do. And if you haven't subscribed, just, you know, click that like button. It's free and you get to see more stuff like this. And I will be back with another video on Sunday, which is the day that I post. So that one will be sewing related. I hope you have